Now police have detained 15 people after a fire at a nightclub in North Macedonia, killed at least 59. Well, the fire broke out at PUL nightclub in the town of Kocani, in the northeast of the country, around 60 miles east of the capital Skopje. Well, here are the live pictures of the scene in Kocani. Now, first reports suggest that the blaze took hold after a firework display during a concert, but officials say that prosecutors are now investigating with the corruption and bribery are linked. To what happened? Well, a protest is expected to begin in Kocani in the next few hours or so, with people demanding change and justice. Well, Iran correspondent Guy Delone is at the scene, and this is his latest update. This was the moment when a great night out turned into a disaster. North Macedonia's Interior Ministry says sparks from on stage. Pyrotechnics hit a ceiling which was made of highly flammable material at the Pulse nightclub in Kocani. As many as 1,500 young people may have been inside at the time for a concert by the popular band DNK. The flames soon took hold. Survivors said there was a crash inside as people rushed for the exits. Police are now blocking off the way into the Pulse nightclub, which is behind this yellow and green hotel that you can see, because this is now the site of a criminal investigation, quite apart from the fact that the venue went on fire and burned so fiercely. The police and the authorities want to know why it was so many people were packed inside, and so many of them appear to have been underage. The authorities say those who died were aged from 14 to 24, outside the local hospital. Devastated parents spoke of their loss and their anger. Why is the mayor not here? Why didn't the mayor send an inspection to check up on this club? I only had one child, only one. And they took it away from me after a day of shock. People gathered at a vigil on Kocani Riverside to remember their friends and family members. 90% of the people are my friends, 1 year, 2 years older or younger than me. This is a very sad moment. For this time, ministers are promising an urgent investigation, saying everyone who failed must be held to account. Police have already made multiple arrests, including that of the nightclub's owner. People need to grieve, but they also need answers. And Justice Guy Delone, BBC News, Kocani. Well, guys, at the scene of that nightclub fire, and he sent us this update in the last hour. The investigation is indeed underway, and I'm here outside one of the main medical facilities in Skopje, North Macedonia's capital. While there are still dozens of people being treated here, and in many other facilities across the capital, we've also seen people being flown out to neighboring countries, so Turkey, Bulgaria, Serbia, Greece, they've all been helping, and we're getting more help coming in throughout the day. But of course now people will be very much looking towards the criminal investigation and the sort of action that the authorities are going to be taking. And when we were speaking to people in Kocani last night at the Cleat Vigil, they were saying to us, look, we've got days of national mourning, but we need to see something happening within those 7 days. And Guy, you're at outside the medical facility where many of those who were injured were treated. Just tell us more about who was at the nightclub. Who were the victims? Well, the hospitals say that most of the victims were between the ages of 14 and 24. So this event, it was a gig by a band called DNK, who are a popular band here in North Macedonia. It's like a core of a duo, but they get more live members for performances and going to a small town like Kocani. You're at what is now being referred to as an improvised nightclub by the local media here, because it was a former carpet warehouse, but you can imagine what a magnet that was for young people in a small town, just 25. People live in Kocani, and if we're looking at the numbers of dead and injured in total, it's more than 250. And this is what's really devastating about this whole incident, is that you look at a town like Kocani. Imagine the scale of that loss for the people who live there. Imagine how every single family in that town will have been touched by this. And the question of how you recover is almost inconceivable at the moment. Let's go Delone there.